Health and Family Welfare Minister Ampreen Lingdaw today met with the delegations of employees of the 108 ambulance services. Briefing reporters, the Health Minister said that the delegation requested the government to take over the 108 service, but she stated that the demand is not practical and would not conform to the norm of running 108 service in the country. She assured that protection of workers' rights will be entailed in the expression of interest which will be floated by the government.
We are now at a transitional period where the NHM is now running the 108 services. Now, the 108 services have been plagued by a lot of unhappiness, protests in many years now because of the feeling that workers in this section of service providing are not covered by state directions, and they are covered by company directions. So they met me again today, obviously with a plea to request the government to take over the 108 services. But it would not conform to the norms of the running of the 108 services across the country. So therefore, we will have to do a lot of other things if we would want to take over the 108 services, which at this point of time would entail substantial sittings, substantial funding calculations, which will not be practical. And as it is the way and the manner in which the 108 services run across this country, Meghalaya too will have to hand over the running of these services to a capable entity, which is likely a company form. So when I met with the workers of the 108, we predominantly talked about the protection of the services of those already in service. I have been informed by them that there are about 250 workers already engaged in the 108 by the erstwhile company, and now the NHM is temporarily looking into running of the services of the 108. Government agency will not have the wherewithal to run the 108 because there will be huge requirements of infrastructure, huge requirements of manpower and human resources. There would be requirements for engineering services, for mechanical engineering services, and that is a huge kind of a plan. So therefore, we are now at the process of coming out with an expression of interest so that we can also consider the protection of work of workers, so that they don't lose their jobs, we don't cut out on their finances, we don't cut out on what they were enjoying, the privileges they were getting. And also they talked about several other very important matters. For example, compulsory maternity leave for pregnant women, women going into labor, 6 months leave as is done in all departments. Also women who are in the response team. If a woman is now pregnant, is it wise for her to be continuing in the team? Should she not be grounded and put into another more comfortable and safe work condition? These things were not there in their previous signings. So these are the few things that we have to look at. Then the reimbursement, medical leaves. These were all privileges that these workers were not being given. Now we need to make sure that we protect the rights of our workers, especially in the unorganized sectors. And because I have some insight and some knowledge into rights of workers, I would like to also champion on their behalf. And my engagement with them today was purely on that. Can we have better working conditions for them in the event of an EOI being expressed and floated, and whether or not we can make sure that all workers feel confident that the government is hands-on on their problems and issues, and that you should not doubt your government, and that procedures of running the 108 are beyond government control, and that there are certain norms and preconditions even at the time of accepting of these services. So these were things that we discussed, and I will take them forward with the hope that I will be able to give ample thought with my officers on this matter to make sure that we are able to sort these problems out. So that was what I spoke to them about.